Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and I hope that every one of you are doing well. Okay, so welcome to lesson 8. We are still focusing on reading comprehension section. Okay, but we will discuss another practice, okay, for this section. Okay, let's look at the next slide. Okay, so before we go further with the next practice of reading comprehension section, let's discuss practice 2 answers. Okay, if you still remember the passage about obesity amongst children. Okay, so let's discuss the answers together. Please take out your red pen and check your answers whether you got it correct or not. Okay, so if you got it correct, you just tick, or if you got it incorrect, you just write the correct answers here. Okay. Okay. So question number 1. Okay, a major disease spreading amongst children is blank. Okay. So the clue here is major disease and amongst children. Okay. So the answer is obesity. Why? Okay. So let's look at the passage based on paragraph 1, line 2. Obesity is a major disease prevalent amongst children. Okay, so we can look at the clue there, amongst children and also major disease. So the answer is clearly stated here, which is obesity. Okay, so that's why the answer is obesity. Okay, so for question number 2, due to the high rate of obesity, it has been a worldwide what? Okay, so the clue here is high rate of obesity and also the word worldwide. Okay, so let's look at the passage whether we got the clue there. Yes, we got the clue. We got the clue there. Okay, if you look at here, the second paragraph, nowadays the increasing rate of overweight among children and adults is a worldwide health issue. Okay, so the word worldwide here. Okay, so the answer is health issue. Okay, so for question number 3, what is the main cause of obesity? Okay, so the clue here is main cause. Cause is sebab, main adalah utama. So sebab utama obesity. Okay, so the answer is junk food. Okay, junk food, because here we can see that the first cause of obesity is junk food. Okay, so the answer is clearly stated here. Okay. Okay, now let's look at question number 4. Children are fond of burgers, pizza, noodles, and what? Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, you have to look at the all the clues here. Okay, so if you look at here, you can look here, comma, right? The types of food here: burgers, pizza, comma, noodles, and what? Okay, so based on the passage, we can see that burgers, pizza, noodles, and what? And cakes. Okay, so and cakes is the answer for question number 4. So you have to look at the clue. Okay, for question number 5, parents often what? Instead of cooking for their children at home. Okay, so the clue here, instead of cooking for their children at home, okay, the words here, instead of cooking, okay, so what the parents often do? Okay, so the parents often buy dinner instead of cooking for their children at home. Okay, so this is another way of parents preparing food for their children. So instead of cooking, they just buy dinner for their children. Okay, so it is clearly stated here in the passage. Okay, for question number 6, if cooking is not possible, children's lunch can be replaced with, okay, so the clue here is the word lunch and also the words can be replaced. Okay, so let's look at the passage. Okay, let's look at the passage. Okay. This diet can be replaced by milk, fruit juice, and fruits for lunch. Okay, so we can look at the word lunch here, can be replaced by milk, fruit juice, and fruits. Okay, so that's the answer for number 6. Question number 6, with milk and fruits. Okay, we have three words answer here. Okay, for question number 7, schools can include sports in what? To maintain physical fitness. So the clue here, schools, and also include. Include ni maksudnya masukkan. Masukkan sukan in what? In their curriculum. Okay, so it is stated in the passage. And for question number 8, obesity can be prevented by, obesity dielak atau dicegah by what? By what? By blank and doing physical exercises. Okay. So you have to look at the conjunction here, okay, and also the ideas. And doing physical exercises. So meaning that before and there must be an idea how obesity can be prevented. Okay, so the first, what is the first way to prevent obesity other than doing physical exercises? Okay, so let's look at the passage. Okay, so here this problem can be prevented. So the clue is there, prevented by eating right and exercising regularly. Okay. Okay, so exercise regularly and eating right. So eating right is the answer. Okay, for question number 9, high weight or body fat. Okay, so you have to give one word that has the same meaning of high weight or body fat. Okay, which is obesity. Okay, obesity is the answer for question number 9. For question number 10, okay, what is the word that has the same meaning of not involving in much physical activities? Okay, the clue here is not involving. Not involving here meaning tidak terlibat in much physical activities. Okay, so as we discussed in the previous passage, in the previous lesson, okay, it can be considered as sedentary, okay, sedentary activity. Okay, so the word, the answer here is sedentary. Okay, sedentary meaning being inactive, okay, or not involved in physical activities. Okay, so that's the answers for practice 2. Okay, now we are going to continue with the next practice, okay, which is basically about home safety. Okay, so I would like you to look at this short video to have some idea about what home safety is all about.
It's safety K, it's safety K, it's safety K. Hey guys, I'm here with my friends Sarah and Ryan, and today we're going to do Adventures in Safety. That means you will help us choose what we are doing right or wrong when it comes to safety. I'm hungry, guys. Let's go inside and find something to eat. I smell pizza in the kitchen. We're almost there. But I see my toys in the middle of the floor. Should we walk over them or should we pick them up? Hey guys, what should I do? Should I pick up the toys or leave them in the middle of the floor? What is the right thing to do or what is the wrong thing to do? You guessed right. It's to pick up the toys so no one slips, trips, or falls and hurts themselves. Time for pizza. Oh no, Ryan, be careful. There's water in the middle of the floor. Guys, what should Ryan do? Should he pick up the water off the floor or continue to run through the kitchen? What is the right thing to do? And what is the wrong thing to do? You guessed right. Ryan is going to clean up the water off the floor so he doesn't slip. He's also not going to run in the kitchen so he won't lose his balance, fall, and hurt himself. Yay! It's time for pizza! This is awesome! Look, Sarah, you have pizza all over your hands. Now you have to wash them. La 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 la. As I wash my hands for 20 seconds and sing the birthday song. Oh, look what I found. A chemical from underneath the sink. I know I'm not supposed to go under there and play with things, but this looks so interesting. Guys, what should Sarah do? Should she play with the chemical that she found underneath the sink? What is the right thing to do and what is the wrong thing to do? Help her out. You guessed right. Sarah's leaving the chemical alone and walking away so that she doesn't do anything dangerous. Never play with chemicals underneath the sink. Always ask an adult for permission first. Time to go to the park. Let's have some fun. Oh yeah, TikTok time. Come on, let's make a video. This is going on my TikTok today. Ryan and Sarah, do you see that weird car slowing down near us? It's a stranger trying to talk to us. What should we do? Should we talk to the stranger or ignore the stranger? What is the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do? Help us decide. You guessed right. Stranger danger, stranger danger. The right thing to do is to get out of here and quickly go tell an adult. Whew, time to head home. Slow down, Sarah. There are cars ahead. What should we do? Should I continue to run in the street so I can get home as quickly as possible? What is the right thing to do and the wrong thing to do? Guys, help me out. You guessed right. We will walk on the sidewalk so we do not get hit by a car while trying to walk in the street. This way.
Okay, so based on the video, you can see, right? So they share about some of the tips for safety, especially for the kids and teenagers. Okay, so
It's way.
let's continue. Okay, we will look at the questions first before we go with the passage. Okay, now please refer to your module. Okay, and look at the questions. Okay, for question number 1, okay, fires should never be left. What? Okay, so the clue here, fires never be left. Okay, never be left. Okay, api sepatutnya tidak ditinggalkan apa? Blank. With what? Okay, later on, try to find the answer in the passage. Okay, so for question number 2, fatty or oily food can be cooked in the oven for what? Okay. Why do we need to cook in the oven? Okay, for what? Okay, later on you can find the answer. Now for question number 3, ensure the candles are not easily knocked over as they can what? Okay, why we cannot or why we have to ensure candles to not easily knock over? Why? Because they can what? Okay. And for question number 4, clothes should not be dried near any what? Okay, so the clue here, clothes not be dried near what? Okay. For question number 5, all electrical wiring must what? Every 5 years. Okay, so the clue here, electrical wiring and also every 5 years. Okay, so the answers must be the words before the words every 5 years. Okay, and also if you look at the word here, must is a be verb. Okay, be verb biasanya come up with be and ed. Okay, the answer always comes with be and ed at the back. Okay, and then for question number 6, cleaning fluids, chemicals and medicines must be kept out of the what? Okay, the clue here must be kept out. Kept out. Okay, and also fluids, chemicals and medicines kept out of the what? Okay, and for question number 7, all medicines must be what and must not be shared. Okay, so you look at the words here, must not be shared. Okay, and the conjunction and, ada kata hubung and di sini. Okay, so jadi in the passage there must be the words before these words. Okay, ada beberapa perkataan sebelum perkataan and must not be shared. Okay, so you must locate the words before these words. Okay, so they must be there in the passage. For question number 8, on what should children be educated? On what? Okay, on what should children be educated? Okay, so the clue here, the word children and educated. On what? Okay. Okay, so for question number 9 and 10, you have to find a word from the text that has the same meaning that being provided here. Okay, for question number 9, the meaning is not notice or handle. Okay, not notice or handle. Okay, maksudnya dekat sini adalah tidak dikendalikan lah. Okay, ditinggalkan atau tidak dikendalikan. Okay, for question number 10, the meaning given here, damage or in poor condition. Damage here, rosak or in poor condition. So you have to find one word that has this similar meaning with damage or in poor condition. Okay. Now we already know all the requirement of the questions, all the clues here in the questions. Now let's discuss the passage together. Okay. So the passage for practice 3 is quite simple. Okay, so the topic is about steps on house safety. Okay, so there are 3 main elements here. The first one is fire safety. Okay, so some of the tips for fire safety. The first one is to keep all sources of fire well guarded, especially around children. Do not leave any fire unattended, even fires from stove. Okay, so meaning that to keep all sources of fire well guarded. Okay, and do not leave any fire unattended, because it will be dangerous for the kids. Okay, and for bullet number 2, for safer cooking. Okay, for safer cooking, an oven can be used for certain food, especially fatty or oily food. Okay, so instead of using stove, kamu guna dapur, you can use oven. Okay, especially when you want to cook fatty or oily food. Okay, because it is safer compared to stove. Okay, bullet number 3, make sure candles are not easily knocked over. Okay, keep them away from furniture and curtains. Okay, so meaning here you can you have to be very careful when you put candles. Okay, because it can start fire, right? Okay, so you have to keep them away from furniture and curtains. Okay. Okay, and then for bullet number 4, do not dry clothes near any source of fire. Okay, do not smoke while in bed. Okay, here the or the advice here is do not dry clothes near any source of fire. Dry clothes here meaning untuk keringkan baju lah. Okay, so it must be far from any source of fire, because clothes can be considered as it is very easy to get burned, right? So you have to make sure that you dry clothes far from any source of fire. Okay, now we have discussed the first element, which is the fire safety. Let's discuss the second element, which is electrical safety. Okay, so just now we discussed about the fire safety. Now we discuss electrical safety. Okay, so electrical meaning all involved electrical appliances at your home and electrical outlets. Okay, at the house. Okay, so the first bullet, have your electrical wiring and outlets inspected every 5 years. Okay, so meaning here you have to check. Inspected here meaning the same meaning as check. Okay, so every 5 years you have to check your wiring and your outlet, okay, to make sure that the electrical wiring is functioning well. Okay, okay, so you have to check every 5 years. And then the other tip is do not use appliances with worn or damaged wiring. Okay, do not use appliances. Appliances here is peralatan, peralatan for appliances. For example, you have your kettle, toaster, iron, okay, with worn or damaged wiring, okay, because it is dangerous. Okay, and do not use appliances near water, okay, because it is about electrical safety, right? So it is very sensitive if near to water. It's very dangerous. Okay, okay, so you have to not use appliances near water. Do not use. Okay, so that's the tips on electrical safety. Now we go for the last, but that is chemical safety. Chemical safety, chemical is something that related to chemical substance. Okay, the safety of chemical substance. Okay, first tip is keep all cleaning fluids, gardening chemicals and medicines out of the reach of children, because it is very dangerous for children. For example, ni lah macam peluntur, Clorox dan sebagainya, ubat-ubatan. Okay, because these chemical substances are very dangerous for children. And then the next tip, keep medicines clearly labeled and do not share medicines with others. Okay, maksudnya semua ubatan mestilah dilabelkan dengan jelas dan tidak dikongsi. Okay, and the next tip, keep cosmetics, perfumes and okay, so for the third element of safety is chemical safety. Okay, so the first tip of chemical safety is to keep all cleaning fluids, gardening chemicals and medicines out of the reach of children. Okay, so why do we have to keep out a reach of children? Because these chemical substances are very dangerous for children. Okay, and for bullet number 2 under chemical safety is to keep medicines clearly labeled. Okay, clearly labeled and do not share medicines with others. Okay, so maksudnya ubat-ubatan mestilah dilabelkan, okay, dan tidak dikongsi. Okay, because it can be dangerous if you accidentally take a wrong medicine. That's why you have to label the medicine properly. Okay, the next bullet is to keep cosmetics, perfumes and essential oils away from children, because this also can be considered as chemical substances. Okay, also dangerous for the children, so you have to keep away from children. And last but not least, you have to educate children on unsafe chemicals so they will know that these types of chemical substances are dangerous for them. Okay, so that's specifically about chemical safety. Okay, so now we already discussed the passage together. Okay, so what I want you to do is for you to complete practice 3, question number 1 until 10. Based on what we have discussed just now, the questions and also the passage, please come out the correct answers for this practice. Okay, so that's all for our lesson today. Okay, so I'll meet you again in the next video. Thank you so much for your effort. See you in the next class. Assalamualaikum and bye.